Hey guys, it's Jess Love Style. This is another keto video. I'm actually going to review some products that I enjoy and also some things that we just haven't completely finished. Also, talk about our a company that we do use to go through. As you can see on some of the products, it says Thrive. So I'm going to go through each of these items, kind of talk about where you can find them, and also if I like them. Right, so the first ones I'll go through are the Smart Buns and the Smart Cakes. So the Smart Cakes come in a bunch of different flavors. When I got these items, I actually got them from the smartbakery.com. I will link that below. And I was really impressed with everything. The only thing about the buns, you can see our video that we did, the Smart Buns versus the Falafel. The Smart Buns, I wasn't smart enough to read that it says keep frozen. So we didn't realize that until we ate them. And in that video, I said that they were all individually wrapped in here, which is amazing. And then, but a few of them were like moldy, so we had to throw them away. But the last one we had, I did put in the freezer, so we could use it for later. As you can see, these say net carbs are 0. If you're not familiar with how to figure that out, you take the carbs minus the fiber and also the erythritol. So if you just see sugar in your item, like in a soda, it just says sugar, it's not going to be erythritol. So that is something that we did really enjoy. It did really taste like bread. There wasn't really a big difference. I did hear they're better if you toasted them, so I did do that. I think that I would order these again, but the only downside is I've been doing keto since April, and it is September 2nd now. So I've really eliminated bread through my diet anyway, so I don't crave them. I don't feel like I need them. But I have been thinking that I kind of want a grilled cheese sandwich, so it could be possible with that one that's still in the freezer. The Smart Cakes, love. I ate all of them. The only ones that I saved were the lemon and the cinnamon. There was also there was also a chocolate, which was amazing. And there was also a raspberry cream, which was really great. So these also say 0 carbs on them, which I actually ate the chocolate ones with strawberries, which are low carb, and also some whipped cream, which was also 0 carbs. So it was a really low carb dessert. And then again, really just looking at the, so each one, there's 2 in each pack. So this one has 38 calories and then a low amount of fat. And then it says 9 carbs, but it has 5 dairy and 4 erythritol. So, and then 0 other sugars. So these are the ingredients if you are wondering what's actually really in them. Right. So we're on to the next one. Quickly, I forgot to say that you could probably find these at like Trader Joe's or Whole Foods. I do not have any of those close to me. The closest one is like an hour. So I just ordered them online. And when I did order them, I got the sample pack, which I probably would do again because I enjoyed all of the Smart Cakes. All right. The next thing is definitely like not everyone's gonna love. It is actually a family favorite. Before we even did keto, my husband spent time in Korea for the army, so he developed some different types of food that he really enjoys. So we actually have seaweed snacks. So there's a better picture on here that they're basically like what's used for sushi, which we do love. But we call them seaweed chips because they're just like a layer, and then we eat them because they have salt on them. So they are 0 carbs. And there's a little bit of fiber in them anyway, and just a tiny bit of fat. But they kind of just give us that, like, you need a salty snack kind of fulfilling. So this pack actually came from a Korean market that's in our area. And then these came from Thrive. So the difference is really just how much you get in a package. These are actually at 24 of the actual sheets of the seaweed. and I do really like these. I just feel like one pack is like perfect. This one, it has a lower amount in them. I could probably eat two, but most of the time I do just eat one. So, all right, on to the next. All right, so both of these items I had bought at a convenience store. We have a Sheets around us, but the Quest bars, I know that they are able to get anywhere, really. I've seen them in multiple places, grocery stores. I've seen them at convenience stores. I've seen them, I'm sure they'll at like healthy grocers and stuff like that too. And I'm probably able to get all the flavors at quest.com too. So with this one, it says it has four net carbs. So on the back of these products, they actually show you how to figure that out. So it has 21 carbs minus 15 fiber and 2 erythritol, so that equals 4 net carbs. So here you can kind of see what is in those. My family doesn't have any allergies to food, so having the coconuts and almonds, eggs, milk, all that stuff is completely fine for us. What I really enjoyed about this is that it had a great flavor. It didn't feel like I was eating something that didn't have carbs or was something weird. I also got it in cookie dough, which was great. I did eat 2 of these while we were at that tiny house, just because I felt like I needed chocolate. That's the only thing that kills me with the keto diet is like I can't grab a Snickers bar or something like that. So things like that were perfect for me. This is actually my #1 favorite beef jerky if I was on keto or not. But what I really like about it are the macros on it. So it is lower in fat, which isn't great for keto, but it has just 1.5 grams of fat, 0 carbs, 0 sugars, and then you can even see the ingredients are really clean. When you do see, there's 14 grams of protein too. So when you do see beef jerky, if you really read the label, there's a lot of sugar and things. There are carbs. Sometimes like a couple pieces can be 9 grams of carbs, and that's really just the added stuff. I know that this brand also came in the Love for Food box, but it wasn't the whole package. It was actually just like the stick, which the stick had 2 grams of carbs in it, probably because of the casing on it. But this was great, and every time I go to that convenience store, it doesn't matter where I am, we need to buy it, and it's only about $5.99. These bars are about like $3, I think, for a bar. All right, so these cocoa almonds are actually a store brand around me, but 1/4 cup of chocolate almonds is perfect for snacking. My only thing about these is I could not leave the bag next to me because they were that good. But they're a little more of a snack, something kind of more of a treat. But when I really need chocolate, it's needing to happen. So these have 9 carbs, but there's 3 fiber in them. And there are 4 sugars and added sugars, but this one I would say this is something I would not buy all the time, but it doesn't have high fructose corn syrup. The sucralose is only 1%. There is some regular sugar and cocoa powder in it. But with the carbs being only a few carbs for like a dessert, basically, I wouldn't treat this like a bag of chips or anything like that. But they were really great, and I am planning to buy those again. My next thing are these coconut wraps. They came from Thrive. They have turmeric in them. I do take turmeric as a vitamin, and I add the spice into a lot of my food, so I wasn't worried about the flavor of these. But the one thing about them is they actually were almost this color, which I wasn't surprised because of the turmeric. But with that, they were kind of stiff almost. They weren't like more of like a tortilla. But what I did with every single one of them in here is made cheese wraps. So I put all different kind of cheeses in it and spices, and then I just melted that in the microwave. And seriously, it was amazing, and I am going to buy these again. I might get the plain coconut wraps just to see what the difference is. Maybe I can use those for like sandwiches or something. So again, this was something I try not to do all the time, but it had 4 grams of carbs per wrap. But if you're really thinking about like, if I was really needing that flavor and I wanted that and I went to Taco Bell, no way I was having just 4 grams of carbs. So I really kind of think about that compared to what I used to eat. All right, so a couple things that I haven't finished are pumpkin seeds and this granola. The pumpkin seeds isn't something I thought it was going to be great and kind of replace that like salty kind of flavor. They aren't as amazing as I thought they were going to be, but I think that they're really great with salads. It gives that kind of crunch instead of it being a crouton. And again, those came from Thrive. And then this is actually really amazing. This is really amazing. It has organic hemp, chia, coconut flakes. Again, coconut is something that I really enjoy to eat. So that is kind of the description of what's in it. And I'll show you what the back looks like. So this one has 9 total carbs and then -2 fiber. And there are some sugar in it, but everything in it is so clean. So I think the carbs and the sugar are actually coming from a natural source. So I don't eat it a ton. That's why there is still a bunch left in there. It was probably like this full when I got it. But I actually would get the Too Good yogurt and just put a little bit on there. And I probably wouldn't even put the whole it says a 1/3 cup is the serving size, and I doubt I even put that, maybe even half of it. So I wasn't getting all of those carbs that are actually in it, but it is really, really good. And then the other one I got that's very similar to both of these, kind of a mix, is I get a pumpkin granola, and I think we all ate it when we went to the tiny house and I just got rid of the package. But that is something definitely I'm going to get again. Something totally not like very snacky or eat every day. But with the pumpkin one, I did actually add some coconut milk to it and ate it that way. I think it was like coconut almond milk. And that was really, really good. All right, so this is my actually last products that I have right now. These are pork rinds. So I can tell you before I actually started eating keto that pork rinds like freaked me out a little bit. I remember eating them as a kid at my dad's flea market, but then my father-in-law gave us like a really big container of them. And I actually had my husband throw them out because we never ate them. And then I started keto and I was like, yep, I'm going to eat them all the time. So what these are actually great for is the replacement of chips. So think about more like dips. If you have like a low carb, like a dip, like a French onion dip or something like that. But I actually just ate these the other day with buffalo chicken dip and it was amazing. I've also got it with like queso from Chipotle and ate it with those too. So these are definitely something that we buy all the time. I believe these came from the dollar store. And then something to really think about with when you're looking at product or ingredients in your product is that you want to make sure the pork rinds are really just pork rinds and salt or a little bit of seasoning or something. But I never get the ones that are like really flavored, like the barbecued ones, stuff like that, because they're really just added ingredients for flavor. And these are going to be really plain. And then they give you those 0 carb, 0 sugar in them. And then there's a lot of fat and protein. So that really adds to the keto macros. And then the best nuts really for you are macadamia nuts and pecan nuts. And I will show you that these came from Thrive. You can get them in many places. But they are kind of expensive. This bag probably wasn't the cheapest, but it's something that was really good for us to eat, and I would get them again. And I would think that like this bag lasts us for a long time, and think about how a bag of Doritos in your house lasts like 2 days because everyone eats them, and they're totally terrible for you. So this has 4 carbohydrates and then also only 3 fiber and then 1 sugar and 2 proteins, and there's a lot of fat for these. Let me see, the only ingredient is literally the macadamia nuts. So if you are shopping other places, you can really see that there's so much added things. And with Thrive, you're really getting product that is meant to be like sold right away and not sit on like a Walmart shelf for months at a time. All right. So this fell on the floor just a second ago, so I just picked it up and moved my other things. But this is mixed nuts. So there's 50% peanuts in there, or less peanuts. But I wanted to show you the macros for these is that there's 5 carbs and 2 fiber. So there's only 3 carbs, barely any sugar, a good amount of fat, and a decent point of protein. Nuts aren't the best part for protein. Actually, getting it from meats is the best, but I can tell you that these are really good, and they're more something that may be a little more budget friendly. This Essentials Everyday is a store brand in our local area. These are really good. There's something, we would definitely buy these again. In the beginning of our keto journey, I think we really snacked on nuts, but I've tried to eliminate that and do more fasting or really eat bigger meals. All right, just a quick review. These were all like keto friendly, low carb items that we eat. Some of the things we tried, some of the things are repeat purchases. And then also remember to check out Thrive. I'll leave a link down below. I believe you can get a 30-day free trial. So it is a membership site, but the way that I really think about it for myself is I can't go to Whole Foods. I can't go to Trader Joe's. And even when I went to the healthy grocer in our area, it was so expensive. I'm like, I can go on to Thrive and get that so much cheaper. Even just like the Quest bars, the Dang bars and stuff like that. Like I felt like I could get those cheaper at other locations. So Thrive is definitely a good alternative. It's not just keto, but what I do like about it is that you can click on keto and it'll really take you to the products that are available that really feature to low carb diets. But there are all different kinds of diets on there, even gluten-free. There's regular things, there's organic. I get my cleaning supplies from them. I used to do it from a different company, but I have bought my 1-year membership for Thrive, and I will definitely shop there every month or even twice a month. I've done that. So my next order will come in probably after our vacation. So I will definitely do a Thrive haul once we get it. So definitely give me a big like. Let me know what snack you want to try, any snacks that you're like afraid to try, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.